everybody. Welcome to All to Love TV. We're going to do a quick tarot card pull. I'm MJ. I'm the founder of All to Love. I host this channel. Feel free to check out all the info. You can buy my book. You can check out the online courses. You can join our Patreon community. Patrons get weekly exclusive readings just for them, and usually ad-free first access. They also get access to the Beauty Change online courses and my playlist, my yoga playlist, Divine Guidance and Love and Clarity. So we're looking at the equinox energy for the collective. I'm an intuitive reader. These are general. They're for fun and entertainment. Take what resonates and leave the rest, please. So what are the messages for the collective, Divine Guidance and Love and Clarity? I just did the pre-recorded, so I did a reading for my Instagram and TikTok platform, and bittersweet. There's some bittersweet energy here. What up, Scott Setsula? So endings. We're in an eclipse season. We've got quite a few planets in retrograde. Venus, Mercury, Cancer's been in retrograde. So they talk about 2025 as being a year of just total change. Like, we are not looking back. We are heading into these new realms, these new energies. And I don't know, like, are you guys feeling that? I'm definitely feeling that. And this is overcoming heartbreak, overcoming losses, our wounding, our abandonment wounds, our rejection wounds. Because in the other collective reading, there was a real, like, 10 of Cups reverse and lots of death energy, and like, that's also usually a signature of Pisces. Death is part of life, right? It's not about fear mongering. It's about just being aware of planetary signatures and knowing that when we're moving through those signatures, we could be looking. Plus, Virgo and Pisces axis is a health axis, looking after our bodies, but also our spiritual health, right? If you look at the planet, the waterways, and thinking about how the waters can affect the earth, and how our energetic connection or spiritual connection affects our personal well-being and collective well-being. So knowing that there's, a lot of distortion in that physical reality with regards to our personal autonomy, our lack of spiritual connection, and thus, like, this idea of being controlled mentally, giving our power away and looking for external things to fix us rather than kind of these core global fundamental issues with regards to our food source, air source, water source, and our ability to live comfortably here, like, as in not in survival mode. Hi. So hermit mode. To me, there's often a sense of this is like Jedi, right? We take time out. I'm getting an image of, like, the pullback. You have to pull the arrow back to shoot it, or a catapult. This energy is finding the light within. It's a very empowering energy, and yet the pullback is often where we feel isolated. Maybe we have felt just a long, dark road, a long, lonely, dark road, but masterful. So some of you are increasing that sense of mastery, self-mastery. And that's part of the overcoming. Yeah, because those energies are all reversed. 7 of Wands, 3 of Swords, 5 of Coins. Overcoming, getting over it. We once felt left out. We once felt a lot of scarcity and lack. We don't now, because we're empowered in the Hermit. We were heartbroken. Maybe there were situations where we felt betrayed and lost and alone. These are all very solitary energies. A 7 of Wands is often, like, defensive, right? Getting like, back up, like, not knowing who we can trust and feeling defensive. But if we've been through Five of Coins where we have been rejected, we have been pushed aside, and we've been through Three of Sword where people betrayed our trust, broke our heart, right? No wonder Seven of Wands. It's like, well, I've worked for this. People can't be trusted. On guard, But again, this energy you're overcoming. But Hermit mode is like substantial time on your own. Hermit mode is where it's funny because I was looking Virgo 6. I was like, no, it's longer than that. 9. Hermit is a 9. And that's significant to me with some of these transits. This has been 9 years of hermit mode. I think of 9 months as being the gestation period, incubation period of Bobby in oven, and hermit mode. For some of you, obviously take what resonates, leave the rest. You're your own master, my lovers. The 9-year incubation cycle, that this has taken 9 years of relative isolation, heartbreak, rejection, losses, and then exhaustion. And then some of you, there is somebody from the past returning more than likely. You're, honestly, the Hermit with the 9 of Wands, I'm getting like, just chill, Winston. Just be chilling. Reflect. Stop pushing and sit down. Sit down. Sit down, my lovers. See, the Hermit here does give me that kind of sense of Yoda, right? Very powerful wizard sitting in their mountaintop. For some of you, that's this, oh my God. There's a lot of overcoming energy, okay? So that you have overcome a 9 of Swords as well, like disturbed thinking, distorted thinking. Again, if we've been through 5 of Coins, 3 of Swords, we've been through betrayal, losses, rejection. Yeah, there's going to be a bit of a like, why life, 9 of Swords really gives me that, like, have you ever been in grief where you wake up in the night and you're in despair? You wake up, it's just emotional despair and sort of like a bit at a loss, not being able to get a handle on our thinking, being almost like possessed. But again, that's also reverse. This is energy that you're overcoming, okay? So central, primary, we're here. We're like healing up, becoming more wise, more masterful, more wizard-like. And to support that, lots of rest. Sit down. You're at the 9. You're 9 of wanding. You've carried on. You've kept building. Just take a break. Because the 6 of Cups as well, I'm getting like, people want to come in and support you. Let it. People from your past, friends, soulmates, past life or this life, whatever. The Emperor is giving me an Emperor next to 9 of Wands reverse. This is like commitment as well. So whether it's romantic commitment or commitment to, Emperor would be a boss, like as in boss energy. So maybe it's a commitment to something you're working on. 9 of Wands, right? Because you seeing it through. Okay, So it's like there will be options, right? You maybe take a new beginning, or the Star card, you continue the healing. This is what's bossing you up more than likely. Aquarian energy. Phew. And for some of you, oh baby, this is why Hermit is mega required. Yeah, Hermit energy again. Because there's still deception afoot. Okay, like a lot of like masterful Hermit energy, being on our own, discerning the energies. Why? Because there's deception abound. Lots of Pisces energy, but continual mass awakening around mass deception, right? With our media sources, with who and what we can trust. It's not just this personal stuff or romantic stuff, it's across the board. It's how we're running our businesses, how we know. Like, do we know ourselves? Are we looking for answers externally? Be mindful, right, of energies that would want to take our power or steal our ideas. Like, keep it quiet. If there are ideas, because there's a dream here, the Star card. There's some wishing upon a star, moving in that direction, building an empire, or falling in love, or whatever it might be. There are energies looping around and coming back. People who want to help. There are people who want to help, but we're having to be extraordinarily discerning, and this is why we have to take our time. And I would say at this stage in the game, any person, place, thing, situation who's like, make a decision, hurry up, who's trying to force you or pressure you or whatever, back up. No, leave me alone. I need time to make the decision, or I'm not making it a law, like, or it's a hard no. Why? Because you've been through too much. Because you're in this hermit mode. Okay, so like I said with the Six of Cups, there are like benevolent, positive energies coming in to help. Hello, my lover. Shazam, that was a close call. Nearly spilled my coffee all over my computer, my laptop. King of Sword, upright. It was only the Knight of Wands reversed, so like, again, pushy energy. Fast-moving salespeople? No. However, solid people who can be patient, who don't want to press. Oh, that's cool. Like, don't worry, that's fine, but here's an offer. Or, do you want to do this thing, right? This is King of Sword, upright. Emperor, upright. Six of Cups, upright. Good energy is coming in. But be aware that as we've moved through and healed past energy of being left out, being deceived, being incredibly hurt by other folk, and now we're coming into full mastery, hermit mode. So if we're coming into full mastery, we probably want to be working with other masters, people we can trust, people that have that sense of deep resonance and familiarity, but not obviously that kind of shadow of familiarity where it's comfortable in the despair or in the pain of our past or ancestors. Still a bit hermity. I almost get a sense of like walking through a certain gate on your own. That there's a real sense of like, just take your time, no rush. There's the Ant card is making me think of, there is a diligence, a work ethic here. in community is the thing as well. Transformation with the butterfly. We're definitely in this eclipse portal, right? We're in, we're in new territory, very much so. I just got a bit of a chill, so we're going to put the sweatshirt on for some warmth. So hermit mode, taking time on your own. There is a rising. There's people who want to help, okay? Familiar people, people you can trust, people who can see your power and also want that for themselves, and so they're going to work like that, they're going to operate like that. For some of you, you're just a bit tired and probably exhausted and wanting to take rest and wanting the good people. Again, good people will allow you to take your time, be patient, there's no rush. Deceivers will likely get a bit pushy, or it will just feel off. This is part of the hermit. This is part of knowing the difference. Like my suspicion. Knowing your intuition that this doesn't feel right. I'm not doing it or not moving in that direction. Thank you very much. Why? We've been through cycles here, my loves. It's like we've been through the cycles where I've lost everything, or people have betrayed me, or I've been heartbroken. And there's something too about like those situations where we felt very alone and had to defend ourselves on our own. We didn't have people cheering us on or having our back, or even maybe people to help us through the heartbreak. It's been very deep and very disturbed even. But we rise up and we find the light through the darkness in the hermit energy. We retreat, we go within, we heal, and then we enlighten from within self, and the star card leads the way. Again, still a very solitary energy. Be mindful of your thinking. I just saw the catcher energy, and this is something continual, I think, for all of us. Be mindful of your thinking, tuning in. Can we allow our heart center to lead? Can we allow ourselves to be tuned into the heart and vision in authenticity? Because catcher is like, we got to catch those negative loops, which I think most of us have. We get it. When you've been through a lot of Shazam, sometimes we can be sitting there just feeling, thinking about so and so did why I oughta, while we're having a sip of coffee or whatever. What was it? I guess it was yep, it was sun ingress, equinox full blown yesterday, and it was a beautiful sunny, it was the warmest day we've had all year. And this whole week has been shifting in Virgo, cleaning out the indoor pots and plants, doing a spring clean, a very moving things around. And then yesterday it was finally warm enough to pot some flower beds. And it's that kind of uprooting and cleansing and clearing. And that can often help us energetically clean and clear the space. We are in the Virgo Pisces energy. That's what I wanted to add. In addition, I can feel and sense the daily workflows shifting and morphing. And my meditation practice was more like for self, like a little bit just called into this quiet space, I want to say, hermit mode, and loving it after loads of fucking intensity and like, why God, and what do you want from me, and thinking, am I ever going to get out of this? Is it ever going to get better? When we're in grief, it sort of feels like it's never going to end. It's like being unwell. It's like it's all consuming. when our body is sick or when our mind is sick. Oh yeah, and that made me think of like these cool downloads. Like it was about the way we like want to label and define things, but how we're bridging into these like broader spiritual understandings of things, and how all of our nuances and individual again, you could put labels on it. We could call it, neurospicy and autism and et cetera, et cetera. But to me, these are all like evolutionary pathways that are um, ushering us to come more into ourselves, but it's also bridging us into these quantum perspectives and understanding, which is aligned with the idea of manifestation, but it's also understanding that we're living within a collective. And so our intuitive gateway is for that higher purpose. And it is breaking down old paradigms, right? Like, so we see a lot of the political landscape, but that political landscape is actually like shining light and breaking down old delusional perspectives. They're not even delusional because it's all delusional, but kind of breaking down those rigid forms of being like, oh, this is how it is, and like, this is how it's always going to be. And it's like, oh, you wait, it's not. It's not at all, right? The creativity, trust. There's something I'm getting about timing here. When you know, there's timing, the ripeness, the creativity. Whew, I don't know what shifted in my space, but suddenly, if there's like a draft coming through or something, gee whiz, just chilly. Work ethic. What was I saying about timing? Hermit, right? Central energy. Just wait, just sit. There's power plays happening, healing, new offers, new energy coming in. That come through a recent reading as well. Maybe people coming back from the past, right? With Six of Cups, whether past life, it's all belief system oriented as well. Trust yourself, know yourself. There's another cue. That's another thought form that I was working my way through yesterday, was like breaking down our on so like internet speed. Everything that's happening in reality is biofeedbacking and also helping us break down old belief systems. Collectively speaking, as we break down old belief systems, that's the shattering and the breaking down of the old paradigm. And like, because to me, that future forward holistic healing is endeavoring to use the quantum, but on a higher level for the whole. So everybody gets the shelter and the healing and the medicine and the da, but the medicine is like sound and color and vibration, well, which is sound, right? Frequency stuff. And everyone is held, and leadership is responsible. And it may or may not seem like some kind of utopian world, but at the same time, why not? That's the thing about constructs and belief systems and historical contexts, is if we've created this, why can't we create that? And this is where you see that idea of multidimensionality, is that there's infinite realities and lots of it coexist. That's, like we have these different places on earth where we'd say we get activated in different ways and come alive in different ways. Why wouldn't it be the same in a future? Or there's maybe a transhumanism, and like, who knows? All I know is that the more we can own and transform our reality, and this is the thing about regenesis, this is the thing about coming into the heart. Is it easy? Hell no. But nor is working like a slave for the rest of our lives. It's not easy. But it helps us overcome density. It helps us overcome pain. It helps us see a grander perspective of the challenge and the pain and the tension here on earth. And as we own and transform, this is where we can get stuck in externalized healing loops, having to constantly be seeking out healers outside of self. It's all valuable, though. Don't get me wrong. It's all valuable, but we're coming into a time of grand awakening or mass awakening and regenesis. People are accessing their own transformational power by owning and transforming their reality to choose a different collective agreement. So we can choose like the war, capitalism, greed, destroy the planet, or we can choose something different. Mm? We're one with the planet. There's no separation in that regard. That's the illusion. That's the idea of the matrix. That's the and again, a lot of these higher ideas, they're a bit woo woo, but we have to anchor and ground in the woo woo to transform the shit on the planet. As in, we have to own that, like, as in, we're not here to bury our head in the sands and just talk about the 12th dimension. We're here to embody a higher mind, which we feel in our heart and we see through our actions. Like these higher spiritual concepts are for all of us to embody to make way to a more unified coexistence on the planet. And most people, I would say, in a compassionate heart are growing wary of the warmongers, of the people who clearly have no empathy and wanting something different, wanting our community leaders and the people who are supporting community and healing through community to be the leaders of the new, rather than people who got the most through usually pretty insidious ways. Like that there's a truth in that, as far as like we live in this weird paradigm where we worship the psychopaths. People are like, billionaires, y'all, let's be like the billionaires. But how do we really trace it back and reflect on how billionaires became billionaires? It's not a pretty thing. It's not a nice thing. Being a billionaire just means you're hoarding and usually enslaving loads of people to get loads of wealth, which, like, why hoarding? It's toxic. It's sort of, there's something really, when we look at a hoarder, like somebody who hoards stuff in their house, they're always, there's trauma linked to it. And this is, again, part of having a compassionate spiritual perspective. It's not just about labeling these people psychopath, narcissist. We throw these words around. Their label is just like empath, light worker, rather than you are the one and you are the way, and I'm the way for myself, you're the way for yourself, and that we can meet in that authentic individuality and support one another in activating and enlivening our own individual vision. And maybe we come together, maybe we don't, but we're already in a unified field via the quantum and the internet, which is all of us bridging this gap into better realities for the whole, which is why we're going to continue to see these leaders having mentally breaking down, having their own existential Shazamness. When their own realities start to crack and falter. When people suddenly are like, actually, screw you guys, billionaire. But why are they billionaires? Because we've all been somewhat psychologically manipulated to think that's important and special. But as more and more and more and more and more humans are like, actually, my neighbor is pretty awesome, or my simple, but like, just the people in my life are the Hala Shazam special people. Like, just us normal folk. Broadcasting from our boudoir in our country cottages, and or putting memes on the internet, and or helping the elderly in the homes, or trying to heal our family lineage, or whatever the simplicity is. But it's not ostentatious and pretentious. It's not luxurious. But god dang, do you know what is luxurious? Like, just being a joyful, empathic human being, being able to live simply and yet live well. Like, that's the shift. I think a lot of us here are in resonance with that, is that I don't want for that stuff. Never in my life have I wanted a Tesla. Did I? Maybe no. would I appreciate, like, as I simplify more, is it nice to not have to drive around as much? Yeah. Can I also be grateful and see having a car, and being able to drive as a luxury? Yeah. Would it be fucking cool to be like in the Jetsons where we can all like fly on hoverboards and like, yeah, I mean, like, holy shit, are the potentials endless? Yeah, yeah, probably. Especially when we have more compassionate leadership that breaks down this weird, like, all of us having to pay to be here while our energy and data is being like siphoned and stolen, and and we're always getting triggered into fear and opposition and division. Right, left, good, bad, boy, girl. It's like, fuck. My God. Just listen to your heart. Just listen to your heart. We're all human with struggle and pain and weird dreams, but do we all have the potential to make our own personal lives better? Yeah. One. Is it possibly more isolating than any of us ever imagined? Maybe. But maybe not for other people. The more, I don't know, transparent or just like surrendered I become, the more I like really just appreciate all the people and know that like people do people, but like see the beautiful uniqueness of individuals and know that like I'm also beautiful and unique, and I just have my own perspective and I just do myself, I just do my life, right? And yet seeing like friends, and some friends still love to party and go out and get drunk every weekend, and it's spot on for them. Some people, work really, 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 really hard, and they love their families and they love their friends, and they're like, some people have communities, but their communities look completely different than how my community might look. It's just, pardon me, it's like just being able to love and appreciate everybody, pardon me, for our uniqueness. But that also makes me think of that is through a lot of inner work on my own self, of understand through compassion or you misunderstand the times. It's always coming back to compassion. And when there's enough compassion for self and other, that's also where sometimes, oh look, Scott Cecila. I got these socks from Scott. What was I gonna say? Sometimes the most compassionate thing to do is to not engage. Sometimes the most compassionate thing to do is to say no. As in, my God, going through all of this intensity in life, disturbed dreams, heartbreak, betrayal, rejection, abandonment, people stealing from us, people stealing our ideas, and all that jazz, things not going the way we want, having to let go of the dream. It's like, come into hermit, supreme. Hermit. This is all requiring hermit mode to what? To heal. To heal, so that then in the healing regenesis, we generate new beginning that are substantial. Offer. There's offer come through this week as well. I want to read from the book because this is new to me, and it's the wisdom of the Halashazam. It's why God? Why is it? Beauty, there's beauty within us and all around us. Oh yeah, for some reason when I look over at the ripeness card as well, that's where I'm getting this sense of timing. This is my increasing delving into astrology and learning more and studying more and working more with my personal transit chart, and out of curiosity, often looking at friends and clients' charts. In fact, most of my yoga clients are doing tarot and astro with me, and it's by doing it that I want to do it more, because people are like, spot on. Or, I have a client who over a year ago, I think, she was like, you nailed it. Like, you and I didn't even remember, often when you're doing client work, you're just moving through the days, throwing out intuitive information, and you're not held to it. And how could you remember it for lots of people? But those people remember because it's their lives, right? And then they reflect like, yeah, you nailed it. You knew that timing. And I'm like, what? Maybe I'll learn more. Maybe I'll continue to learn. So the ant card is duty, loyalty, and industry. Efforts together work as one. Patience and love, accomplishments done. Contentment and trust, yours to provide. Consistency and commitments, others will comply. I feel that. Like hermit mode, Emperor, Six of Cups, rest, heal, transform, wait, and know the difference. Pushy people, no, back the heck up, don't rush me. Because the people in their integrity, I just found, the people in their integrity wouldn't do that. Like, proper people in their integrity get what it takes to get into integrity, and so they wouldn't put that on other people. Take your time. When you're ready, I'll be here, kind of thing. If there's a trigger, work through it. I'm here, right? Like, it's egoic delusions. It's delusions of grandiosity. It's things that are too bound to that material world will catch us up. Different signatures in our birth chart are often what help us to stay grounded and humble in the service that we're here to truly provide, not what we egoically project into the realms. Ant's message. This is upright. So the best and most rewarding results come from careful planning and sound building. Ant reminds you that you are part of a group, a family, or society, and that the greatest good and security come from supporting the needs of the whole, right? Hi, community versus top-down corporatization and profit over people. Kind of what I was talking about before. So a family or society, and that the greatest good and security come from supporting the needs of the whole. No one can thrive in isolation, not even the hermit. Eventually the hermit has to go back into la community to share the wisdom. Okay, so I would dare say there's some of us here who are wizards. You are a hermit, but that's Gandalf, my loves. What does Gandalf do when he's not around the hobbitses? He's fighting his primordial demons. It's like rising from Gandalf the Grey into Gandalf the White. He's a bit of a lone ranger, but like a fucking holler Shazam pipe smoker as well. You know what I mean? And because he's the wizard, he knows the shit. And that the greatest good and secret. Okay, no one can thrive in isolation, so be aware of your brothers and sisters on this planet. Right? Whether internet, your internet, whether in the physical or here. This is a bridge. Right? We know this because a lot of us are having awakenings and activations through the internet, through the information and the people that we're meeting on the internet. We're here in community, just like some people would be sitting around a fire in community. And the both merge, as Scott can testify. We can then meet people in the internet and then have them come into our physical reality. Hi, that's real. That's community. So be aware of your brothers and sisters on this planet, right? That's, for me, part of the Be the Change online courses, or part of sharing this brand is we're all one, okay? They are all the creatures, the winged ones, the plants, trees, rocks, rivers, and mountains. These are all our relations. I talk about this sometimes in my yoga sessions. There's in yoga asana postures, there's tree pose, mountain pose. There's a reason. Sun salutations. Our bodies are 100% connected and unified with the planet and the cosmos. So when we're saluting the sun, there's intentionality. That's conscious movement. And being aware of prana, breath, life force, exchange, right? In the posture, sun salutations, we're awakening to the sun in reverence. Thank you, sun. But this earth wouldn't be earth without the sun. Oh yeah, oh my god, download. Last night, it was just like this like intuitive moment of like the explain astrology. Why is it relevant? Earth. We're here on Earth. But Earth is in relationship magnetically. Like there's a dance in the cosmos. Earth is, and her brothers and sisters, the moon and the sun and Saturn. I was going to download because I'm Saturnian, and Saturn and structures and like feeling into these magnetic, electromagnetic pull of the spiral dynamics and the forms and the patterns that Earth is making with these planets. And why is astrology relevant? Because we're that too. And this is where you can put away and put down all labels and words around like there's this and or what did you learn? Without having to psychoanalyze other people and try to pin down their own like personality disorder or your own, in a heart and a soul level, what did you learn from that encounter? And how, through compassion, can you understand that dance, that magnetic pull that you had with that person and that significant thing and that, just like earth, water, fire is going through this constant destruction and rebirth and destruction and rebirth as we are too in the cosmic dance of life. It's mind-blowingly expansive and there's no answer. And this is the thing about life on Earth and the old paradigm. We want all these firm answers, which are never, ever gonna really land, ever. Because by that, even if it did, most of us would be in another dimension, having another experience as a soul. So the knowing is only ever accessed through the self, the altar of God, the heart. And we're here to integrate so much of this profundity and so much of these higher lessons and learnings and wisdom purely for our own personal soul's experience. In humility and reverence and grace, coming back home, right? Like our connection, our sacred connection is not coming back home even to earth, it's coming back home into your knowing of your eternal self. It's beautifully profound, but then also like voidal and mysterious. Like I don't have an answer for you. I can only express myself in this moment, and it ebbs and flows. It's like, I'm not like this all the time. It's just a moment. Bing. Often I'm just sat there like reflecting or singing at my cat or crying or something, you know. Let's carry on and finish reading. So the ant, right? When I went off on that tangent, yoga poses are parts of planetary blah blah. We are that. We reflected it. The winged ones, the plants, the trees. These are all our relations. If you care for them and your environment, they will care for you. Find out what kind of people you have an affinity with and take time to discover where your gifts will be of most use. Then patiently build up your talents and abilities. That's another thing too. It's like, you know how we're supposed to like get a degree or all these qualifications, like sure, but in my awareness I'm like, just do what you love and eventually when you do what you love, eventually you'll be good enough at that people will pay you to share. One of my friends, but we dated for a while, he's a musician. Both of us were kind of I was starting my yoga career and he was you know, and neither of us were very good at like jobs working for other people or doing shift work. And it was like, just get good enough to share what you do and people will pay you for it. And before, we're not bajillionaires, but we're people that get to do what we love and get paid to do what we love. He's a musician full time, and I could teach yoga and do my online stuff. I work online. It happened. It's a financial freedom and not that. There's no grandiosity about it. But I do my work comes through online means, and it means I can travel and sustain myself and work online and not be bound to some physical thing. And that was my intention 9 years ago. And like him, the guy I'm speaking of, he makes music, has his own production studio. Like, again, it's humble, but it's beautiful, and he gets to do what he loves, and I get to do what I love, and like most of us here are doing what we love. And to me, that's like the foundation. And that's how I connect with people, by being who I am and doing what I love, and typically meeting people that are in that kind of similar-ish situation and or respect it, versus plenty of people that don't. It's like even activating the witchy wound, where it's like, I think a lot of the internet stuff is to be protected, connected to, and I don't like consider myself that, but I have reflections of that, and and it kind of makes me giggle, because I would think anyone that was burned at the stake or hung in another lifetime, like, you'll know, because people will attack you. As in, I've had more than enough people message me telling me I should burn in hell. And there, I can laugh about it now, but there were times when earlier, years and years ago, I just was like, trying to understand, and now there is greater understanding, but there's also a lot of detachment and faith and protection, guidance, trust. Okay, so Ant also reminds you to work with energy and dedication. This way you will find satisfaction in what you have created. And that's something I personally too am learning about, like, rather than having it be about the end result, like I was gonna say, like financial freedom, or like this, like running an empire, or like some weird externalized projection of like what we think of as success. Like, just the moment to moment. Like, this week, why has this week been so fulfilling personally for me? Because like, I love puttering. When I get right down to it, I love like cleaning and organizing. Oh, like, because I love how it makes the space feel. And I went to my friends, did some weeding. We pulled weeds from his garden. Like, that's fun for me. Reading tarot for you guys. This is fun for me. At what time? 6 a.m. is kind of late for me, but what is life? I don't know. But I'm here for it, I think. Right? I'm here for it. And like, to each their own. I think you get to a point on one's spiritual journey where you're not like, I have no interest in like controlling people, or like telling people or showing people like how to treat me or how to treat themselves or whatever. It's just like, I don't know, figure it out. That's what I'm doing. Just day to day, moment to moment, like, here we are. What's up? Love. That's part of the brand. All to love. It's just love within self. Help me feel better. Selfish. Super selfish. However, the work that I do, because I've been teaching yoga for so long, the more I love myself and trusted myself and kept showing up, the better I could love people in my practice. And they feel that. That's kind of the juice of life. They feel my love. In a purely heart-centered way, people feel the warmth of love. And then we do poozes. And we do poses. And the alchemical work of breath work and movement, it makes people feel good. Thank you, yoga. Right? And it's just because of my years and decades of practice that I just move people the way I like to move. You know? Some people like it, some people don't. But there's more and more yoga out there, so to each their own. To thine own self be true. What? I'm gonna go, you guys. I've got a bestie coming. Scott knows all about it. I've got a bestie coming this weekend. How lucky am I? Maybe we'll go roller skating. Maybe not. I'm also going to have a little treatment, a little bit of pampering. But Five Flames, Jennifer, Scott Setzela, gotta love Gandalf, of course. Hala hala. Thank you guys that way. Nice to see you all. You're the regular supreme. Yeah, heroes, reflection. I see you on the heroes. Yeah. It's almost, to me, that just that one comment is sort of reflective of like the disenfranchisement of even like all types of media and celebrity. Like, who cares? You know, like for some reason I'm thinking of an image of Britney Spears and Christina Aguilera, and how like in my teenage years those women were like so important, but now my perspective changed so much and I kind of think of them as pawns. They were used to enslave us and make us buy stuff and, you know, make us feel less than because they're but they're just puppets and slaves and not, and I'm not like, you know, this is where nuance and discernment comes in. Talent is talent, don't get me wrong. They can sing and they can dance and woo. But when you look at the backbone of that machine as an industry, and actually just the kind of denouement of a lot of the kind of mental state of some of these people, it's not all it's cracked up to be. So worshiping them as some sort of idol, rather than worshiping, you know, the do-gooders in our communities, rather than, why don't we just give a little shout out to the people who clean up our streets? Why don't we just give a little shout out to like the nurses and the doctors that are helping in the hospitals? Why don't we give a little shout out to the people that are keeping our communities together? Rather than the bajillionaires who just want more mansions. It's like, huh? I don't understand it. Never have. That's been part of my own rejection of materiality. I'm coming into it. I'm like, I like stuff. Right? I do, but it's been a long road. You know, I'm 42. It's like, you need a home. Okay. And even the majority, if not like all of my clothes and furniture, it's all hand-me-downs. Like, DHC. Like, nothing I have is new. Like, I'm not really like an IKEA person. I'm like a charity shop person. Or this is the miraculousness of like being en fleur and intuitive with it. Sometimes people just give you stuff. Like I have a bed in my spare room now that was given to me by a friend who didn't need the bed anymore. I have Care Bears, a whole set of collectible Care Bears in their boxes. That was given to me. All my beautiful furniture. See that gorgeous lamp? My mom's. Hand me down. Bedding. Hand me downs. Books. But then, you know, these days, all the books I've bought have been secondhand books. No, thanks. Thanks, Five Flames. Yes, it's because my style is impeccable. Well, you know, I couldn't. I want to be able to sell it to people. You know what I mean? And here's the thing: in our planned obsolescence, this fast fashion world, like let's be real. Go to a charity shop, plenty of stuff that is nearly new, right? Like, I'm thinking of looking at my tops, being like, this cute little number. You wouldn't know. Like, okay, got yous. Like, I might buy like some things, but this year's been good. I've been really intentional around so like facial care. I do buy sunscreen, but I get large bottles of castor oil and I just decant the castor oil into like the face stuff, or it stretches my love. The face stuff. So facial and like body oil, and then hair. I've been doing more of the hair massaging stuff. So I'll put like essential rosemary oil with the castor oil, and that's my oils. Did I say oil enough? Castor oil is thick because as you get old, you start the wrinkles appear. And although I did a collagen face mask last night, we're here for it. If I did that every night, do you think I could just stay forever young? I want to be forever. I do. That's the vanity in me, okay? I have lots of spiritual wisdom or whatever, but like, I'm still just a human who looks at other humans and is like, God damn it. The wrinkles are less so today, but I creamed my face. Sorry, we're gonna close. I'm just talking shit. It's mostly talking shit anyway, but I love you for it, okay? You're good for another 10 years? 5 frames? Give it 30. Fuck, dude, come on. Who was I talking to? Somebody where I'm like, I want to be reversing age and getting hotter into like mid 60s or 70s. Then maybe then I'll be like, okay, we're good. You know, and just retreat into hermit mode and like have flowers and cats. Hold on, I need to think about this. Because I still want to be doing the yoga hala hala. I still want to be doing all my hoops and aerial. I want to be one, you know, those old ladies who are like 80, but they're still like fit. You're like 90-year-old, just a gymnast on the balancing beams. That's me. Okay? Well, because what's the point otherwise? Like, it's one of those, isn't it, where I'd rather not be doing human if I can't move. And, or be glamorous. Oh God, I can't take it seriously, even though like inside myself I take it seriously because of vanity. But I can't. I'm live on YouTube. Calm down, okay? I appreciate you guys. You'll always look younger than me. I know it's all relative, isn't it? It is all relative. You always look nice. Thanks, Holla Shazam. I feel pretty. Oh, so pretty. Oh, so pretty and witty and gay. I see, like we're live, but I'm gonna zip it good. I'm putting the cards away. Thanks, guys, for being here. You've given me a bit of juju for the day ahead. A super weirdo, I know, but love it. Gotta love it. Because to me, being too serious, because it's life is hard enough, right? Hi, shadow work and challenges and corruption and fear and war and it's like, God, fuck it, life is hard enough. I wish I could just twirl my magic wand and make all the wars go away. I wish I could end the trafficking and the enslavement and the incessant materiality and greed and corruption and all these horrible things that are happening on the planet. I wish so deeply with all my heart that I could just make the world a better place. And here we are. Like, this is my bit. This is my 2 cents. For the people who be resonating, who I don't trigger the shit out of, we just be here, holla shazamming, trying to lighten the load with grace and a bit of humor. Because I can't take it too seriously, because it doesn't feel good. It feels better to laugh at myself, be honest about all my own holla holla shit, but also, like, finding love within has made a difference. It's helped me accept myself, you know. That's part of this. It's part of being able to show up, like, authentically or whatever. Authentically, what does that mean? Just be yourself. What does that mean? I don't know. Figure it out. It's like, yoga helped, defo, and but it's always you. Anyway, we're gonna full hour this morning. Oh, great. Have a great day, you guys. If you, please like it, share it, subscribe it, help a sister out. You know, we all be small businesses. We're just these people in different parts of the world, like, trying to live, right? Hopefully have enough to buy the things. It's been working all right. Been keeping things afoot. Should that be? I'll try to make that the thumbnail. Glass skin. Collagen face. Okay. Have a great day, you guys. Thanks for being here. Sleep well. I know loads of you are on the other side of the pond, so sleep well, look after yourself, and of course, if you want to join the Patreons and join the community, feel free to do that. You can join for as little as a $5, I think, a month. Top tiers get 10% discount on services. You can buy some merch, as in Alta Love Apparel. You can buy my book. Also, top tier patrons get access to the Be the Change courses. Not that you guys don't need those. That would be like preaching to the converted. But Audible, Kindle, hard copy. But this is my special copy. This is the very, very first copy that ever got sent to me. It's the proof. So there would have been edits after this. Anyway, blah, blah. Have yourself a merry little Christmas. Christmas every day. Christ. Hi. We gotta love it. Bye, you guys. Have a great day. Love you loads.